everyone, do you get freaking teary-eyed like you're about to cry when you saw how humiliated Shoot and Knuckle were in this episode? I had tears forming in my eyes. I was just like them because seeing how Yopi was just looking down on those two like they were freaking trash, like they were flies, it affects you emotionally, and I felt like, once again, there was a really great, amazing mood, animation, and tension building up with the characters. It is so hard to believe how epic Shoot has became in just the course of these couple episodes. I mean, we've always seen him as a coward, like he was trapped in a cage, but after so much freaking after these couple episodes, to get to see how he just is courageous, wants to fight Yopi, is just so upset because he can't actually hit anyone, like he's down, he can't get himself from being unhumiliated. He was prepared to die this episode, and he gets pretty much just spit all over, like literally someone spit in his face, and that's what Yopi did to him, and I felt like that was so emotional. Once again, great, really great writing. This writing of this series is just so breathtaking. It is so amazing to see how an actual story is written like this. I mean, the attention in this episode wasn't as good as last episode, okay? But what I felt like this episode tried to do, it tried to set up actually Shoot and Knuckle with their emotions and getting to know more about them, their character development, and actually caring for these two, and why they feel like they've been dishonored, like their pride has just been walked on. And that is what this episode really tried to emphasize. And there was some other scenes that happened in this episode, like Zeno and Chitu. Oh my god. Zeno, man, wow. You should have let him go. You should have let him go. I mean, if the old man that we know is a freaking boss fought the Phantom Trope and just, you're sitting there trying to antagonize a fight with him, and he was willing to fight the king, one of the strongest in this freaking series, and you're sitting there trying, a little freaking ant is trying to instigate a fight with him. Of course you're gonna fucking die. It is so freaking obvious. I was smiling on my face when he got his head just crushed in. It's because of, I knew it he was gonna die, and I have never liked his cocky character ever. He was too full of himself, and it was upsetting that Zeno didn't do the job, but I felt the way his ending was, getting crushed like a freaking bug, was fitting for a bug death. So, that was a really funny part. I know it wasn't meant to be as funny as it should have been to actually viewers, but I felt it was just a lot of funniness about it because this character I just hated got killed. I felt like the animation this episode, once again, was good. Not as good as the last episode with the freaking tension Aurora with Gon, but it had some great animation, and we get to see at the ending part of this episode, we get to actually see Gon and Pito staring at each other. So, I wonder if next episode we're going to actually get to see the continuation of them, or are we going to actually have to wait a full hour? Speaking of full hour, there's only 3 minutes that have passed in these past couple episodes. Oh my god. So, all this tension, all this character development, all this epic plot in these past like 5 or 6 episodes when the narrator first got introduced and the raid first began, and this has only been 3 minutes. It is almost as freaking intense like the freaking Frieza 5 minutes. I mean, we all know how Frieza's 5 minutes was on Planet Namek, and it lasted for like, oh my god, probably a good 4 hours after he said that. And this is just 3 minutes, and we've already had like probably 60 minutes worth of video footage. Holy crap. Great job. And I don't feel like it actually has just been 3 minutes. It felt like it's actually been hours, and I love that. The way they can actually make it so interesting in just a span of 3 minutes, it shows you how much is going down at once and what the stakes are so freaking high. I love Hunter x Hunter. I cannot wait weekly for this freaking episode. I mean, every week I watch an episode of Hunter x Hunter. I am so close to just reading the manga to find out what happens next because I am just so into this series. I love Hunter x Hunter so much ever since I first began the series, and I cannot believe what the series has actually evolved into. Such amazing tension building. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I have never seen a series, honestly, do this much tension building with the characters along with the beautiful writing that just captures you with each episode. I mean, this arc alone, this one arc, when we saw this arc begin, especially when they started raiding the actual King's Palace, the actual entire tension built up to this point was just amazing. I feel like Hunter x Hunter is on that pedestal of one of the best build-up series I've ever seen with its characters. And I felt like I needed to mention this just because of what it's managed to do to me personally as a viewer of its anime. I don't know if a lot of you feel the actual emotions and stuff that this series gives you weekly, but I feel like if I can actually feel emotions, get tears in my eyes, and care for characters like they were right next to me, that is great writing in a great series, and I feel like Hunter x Hunter is nailed it on the head with its characters. Anyways, this is going to be the end of my anime review on Hunter x Hunter this week. Tell me your thoughts on this episode. Did you get as emotional as I did when you saw what happened to Shoot and Knuckle? Tell me your thoughts on Yopi's transformation when he found out his explosion powers and freaking... That is how freaking Knuckle is going to defeat him. Tell me your thoughts and everything. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Chibi out.